IPF is idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. Idiopathic meaning no known cause, pulmonary, your lungs, and fibrosis is scarring of the lungs. I was getting a lot of headaches, shortness of breath, and very fatigued. Well, it didn't take very long, probably like 6 months, I was really short of breath. And I thought, there's something wrong, so I went back to the pulmonologist, and he said, we're gonna have to do an open lung biopsy and get a piece of your lung. It came back, and it was definitive that it was IPF. So I asked him, so what do I do? Do I take medicine? You know, he goes, no, this is a terminal diagnosis. The prognosis is 3 to 5 years. It was pretty devastating to get that kind of news. I have 3 choices, and I always tell everybody. I can wake up, Jesus can appear to me in my room and say, here's a new set of lungs, and we're done. The other option is a transplant. And my third option, I might die from this disease.
Please welcome our Huck's hero tonight, Mike Olson. Mike, we're so happy to have you here.
Yeah,
thank you for coming.
it.
You had IPF,
Yes.
idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. It's
Yes.
a long, long disease name.
Yes.
What does it do to your body?
What it does is it creates a stiffening of the lungs, the lung tissue, and it eventually honeycombs the lungs where they just start dying. And there's no cure at all. And the only option they give you is there's a few drugs out there that'll slow down the progression a little bit, but not heal it. And so the only option they give patients is a double lung transplant.
How long does a person from the point of diagnosis have this disease before it finally just smothers them?
Between 2 and 5 years is the statistics of when patients are first diagnosed. That's what they're told by their physicians, that to get your affairs in order, and that's what I did. And I waited 5 years on a transplant list, and
Wow.
I got it in the nick of time. Just keep my angels busy.
You must have been very, very ill by the time you were able to get the lung transplant.
In fact, I was at what they call the end stage of pulmonary fibrosis, and if I hadn't gotten that call, I would have died. You know, and so it was actually the 5-year mark was the day before I got the call.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, there's some story that you were able to sing with Dennis Quaid and his band, the Sharks.
Yes.
What in the world is that? How did that happen?
Well, I started reaching out to politicians and celebrities
Yeah.
because I wanted people to know about this. IPF is killing as many as breast cancer now.
Really?
And no one knows about it.
No one knows that.
So I kind of Googled Dennis Quaid because he knew Marlon Brando. And Marlon Brando had IPF.
Huh.
And so Dennis, out of the blue, his guitar player called me and said, would you like to sing with Dennis Quaid on stage? I'm like, sure. And I'm thinking, I'm a minister, what am I gonna sing? So he goes, how about a whole lot of shaking going on? I'm like, yeah,
that'll work.
That'll
Yeah,
work.
why not?
So
Why
I
not?
sang a whole lot of shaking going on with Dennis last
That's
last
awesome.
year.
When did that happen?
At the Borough Theater in Lexington, Kentucky last year.
That's fantastic.
And I dragged my oxygen tank on stage and sang my little heart out.
Mike, you're helping a lot of people. And, you know, I admire you. And one of the reasons we wanted you to be our Huck's hero, first, to bring attention to the disease, because most of us have really not heard about it. We had no idea how many people it's affecting in our country. But to let them know there's hope.
Yes.
And guys like you are helping others work and walk through the disease in a way that gives them hope.
Yeah, and that's why I started the Mike Olson Project Foundation, is because I wanted to reach out to patients. You know, when you're first diagnosed, you don't know what to do. So the Mike Olson Project is going to help with educational materials that they need, a gift bag that it has. I usually wear a mask for protecting myself from bacteria.
Yeah.
And so that gift
Don't
bag,
get around Keith, please, stay away.
So we're going to have a bag, you know, just care package just for patients. So that's one of the things we like to do, and still go on to bring awareness to the disease as well.
Thank you so much for what you're doing and for being here.
Thank you.
I think it's fair to say you are a breath of fresh air in our culture today.
That's right.
Mike Olson. To find out more information and to be a part of the Mike Olson Project, you can find his foundation on Facebook. It's a great way to help other people make every breath count.